What's good, everybody? This is your coach of the Appleton Wigglytuffs, and today I have the team builder for Week 1 of the UGA Kanto Division, which is the top division. My Week 1 is against Sin City Scoundrel, a very good VGC player and someone who is very well known within this league, I guess, and he plays in other leagues, whatever. Um, yeah, it's a very tough Week 1 opponent. I am very scared, very nervous, but it is what it is. I gotta show off. I gotta be who I am and whatnot. My opponent's team consists of Iron Hands, Greninja Klefki, Oranguru, Rotom Wash, Arboliva, Charizard, Donphan, Jumpluff, Lycanroc Dusk, and Haunter, and that should be on the screen somewhere, hopefully. Um, and yeah, my this is a very interesting matchup. My opponent's team is very Trick Room orientated more than anything else. I know he has the fast offensive threats, but I'm more worried about this Trick Room option being my team is more centered around Talonflame and Tailwind. But I do have an option to use his Trick Room if needed. Starting out, I have my Golden Ghost set, Terra Dragon, leftovers, good as gold with Make It Rain, Shadow Ball, Nasty Plot, Protect. This set can live a hit, can live two wild charges from Iron Hands, as well as a close combat from Iron Hands when I Terra. It is enough damage after +2 to basically 2-ko and OHKO everything that I need to. It's very good, just standard Golden Ghost set for VGC. Enough speed to outspeed. Honestly, I'd forget why I have this speed number. Um, Something on his team hits like 110, 111 speed, max speed. And I'm gonna prep for that just in case. Um, which I can't remember at the top of my head. It might have been Clef. I don't know. I thought this would be fine, but it is enough speed to outspeed Greninja and Tailwind, which is again what my team is centered around. Next, we have our Great Tusk, Terra Fighting, Boost Energy, Photosynthesis with Headlong Rush, Close Combat, Ice Spinner, Protect. Just a standard set. I'm max speed, max attack, max speed because I outspeed Rotom, and if I do anything, I will actually be slower than Rotom because Rotom's 86 speed and Great Tusk is 87 space speed. Um, Terra Fighting Close Combat does an insane amount of damage to his team. While it won't OHKO everything, it will either 2-ko or OHKO anything else that it needs to with Boost Energy. It will, there's some things that can live, but it's just here to do damage. Great Tusk isn't my win con, that's actually Golden Go. But Great Tusk is just here to be just kind of a threat. I mean, it doesn't have the best matchup, but it's actually also just really good in general. So it can do really good damage, but it can't OHKO anything, which is upsetting. Next we have Katniss, our Talonflame. I didn't even mention the other two names. It's IRS the Golden Go because he wants money, and then Ancient Fan the Great Tusk because I used to call my Don fans like Madame Fan, Sir Fan. So now it's Ancient Fan. Yeah, we have Katniss Talonflame with Terra Ghost, Focus Sash Flame, but oh shoot, this is supposed to be Gale Wings. Oops. With Flare Blitz, Brave Bird, Quick Guard, and Tailwind. Just enough speed outspeed Greninja, max attack, rest, and HP. This was supposed to be Gale Wings. It's already in the game as Flame Body, which is my mistake, but we live and we learn to make sure we change our abilities. Flare Blitz, Brave Bird are just splashable moves, damage moves to him. Quick Guard, because he does have Fake Out on his Iron Hands. I want to make sure that I don't have to tear with my Talonflame, because I'd rather be able to tear with my Donphan or my Golden Go, or even my Bramblegast if needed. And then Tailwind, because that's what I need for my team. It's just centered around that. It's to help outspeed if I need to, just in case he brings a more offensive, fast offensive team against me. Next is our Bramblegast. Roland's the name. Terrifier, Life Orb, Wind Rider with Power Whip, Shadow Sneak, Terra Blast, Protect. I truthfully only need Power Whip this week. I mean, Shadow Sneak's is there for priority protect, but Power Whip is mainly what I want to spam, but in most scenarios I might be clicking Shadow Sneak due to the damage from Great Tusk and Golden Go. Terra Blast Fire because it OHKOs Arboliva, it hurts Klefki, It's just a really good move if I need to tear on this. Max attack adamant with enough HP and defense and special defense EVs just to live hits. If I need to live one hit, this thing isn't really the bulkiest. Um, but enough speed. Same with Terra. The Golden Go enough speed to outspeed what it needs to in Tailwind. I'll get the +1 if Tailwind begins. But yeah. Next is our Grumpig, Piggybank the Grumpig, Terra Dragon, with Room Service, Thick Fat, moves being Psychic, Bulldoze, Helping Hand, Trick Room. This is my Trick Room option in case he wants to go more of a Trick Room team. Um, I am Sassy Nature, 0 IVs and Speed, Room Service, so I can underslow my Wigglytuff, that is its partner in Trick Room. Enough EVs to live hits from what it needs to set up the Trick Room. I believe it can live close combat from Iron Hands when if I Terra. It can live wild charges. It's fairly bulky. The Psychic is to Tuco, AV, max special defense, Iron Hands with Psychic, which is really needed if I need just some splashful damage off on him. Bulldoze is to help set up our Wigglytuff, which is Terra Fire weakness policy with competitive. With the moves Hyper Voice, Dazzling Gleam, Flamethrower, Protect. It's a pretty simple set at the end of the day. It's Quiet Nature, not Min Speed, because I want to be faster than Grumpig, or slower than Grumpig in Trick Room so I can get the Bulldoze off to get competitive in my weakness policy. Flamethrower is just there for Terrifier. It OHKOs Iron Hands at +4. In fact, +4 is very reasonable here. Um, my HP and defense EVs are there to live hits from Iron Hands, or at least one hit and kill it. And enough special attack to basically OHKO anything, if not 2KO. Helping Hand also just helps me 2KO or 1KO anything with my Wigglytuff. But yeah, I'm so excited for this battle. I'm so excited to be playing in an in-game league once again, a cartridge league, if you will. I really like these, and I like the aspect that it comes to it that it is very limited and what Pokemon you have, but I like the fact that it's like that, and I just like the animations and stuff. I like Showdown, but I'd rather play in game. But yeah, that's all for the team builder, and so I'll see you guys in the battle. And welcome to the battle. Unfortunately, when I recorded this, my mic had some issues and it was cutting off constantly. So instead, I'm going to be doing some post-com for it, sped up, so it's a little bit faster, because it was like 30 minutes after all. Um, so I noticed that his team consists of Rotom-Wash, Greninja, Iron Hands, Oranguru, Lycanroc, and Haunter. I noticed that like it's more of an fast offensive team with a Trick Room option in Oranguru and Iron Hands. I decided just to lead with my Great Tusk and Talonflame lead, and then have Golden Go and Bramble in the back, just to see how it goes, um see how it goes first, because I feel like the Tailwind option is stronger than my Trick Room option here. So yeah, let's get into this game. Um, Unfortunately, there is also going to be no in-game music because audio issues. So I might splice something over, but we'll see. He leads with Iron Hands and Oranguru, so I know immediately he wants to get a Trick Room. I lead Talonflame, Great Tusk. My booster energy goes off, and I see that he has also booster energy, but he's also Symbiosis Assault Vest on Oranguru. So his Oranguru is no item. So my thing is just a quick guard here. I expect a fake out then, seeing that this is now Assault Vest. So I'm just going to then um, go into the Oranguru. Oranguru I feel like is more of a threat here. Iron Hands, while it is threatening at +1, I feel like it can't do much into these two. Yes, it can kill Talonflame, but I am Focus Sash Talonflame, so that's perfectly fine. I decided to tear right away because if he wasn't max defense, this actually had a chance to kill, which unfortunately he actually ends up being max defense. But he also reveals his Terra, or he was near max defense. He was very physically bulky. He reveals his Terra here, which is Terra flying. While I was expecting this or grass, I mean, something to resist ground, right? But flying makes sense since I'm also a fighting type. He does fake out into my quick guard, which means I get this close combat off onto this Oranguru, which doesn't OHKO it very close to, and he gets up the Trick Room. Now this is where I'm a little worried. I know that Oranguru is either going to instruct here or just attack. Um, so I decide to Brave Bird the Oranguru thinking that my Gale Wings goes first because, it's priority, but it's Trick Room. I was very confused why I didn't go first here. I should have been Gale Wings. I might have been Flame Body Reaction, but he switches out Oranguru into Haunter, which reveals that he also has Haunter. Thunder Punch into my Talonflame, doesn't kill because of the Focus Sash, and I Ice Spinner into his Iron Hands, getting a crit unfortunately, but doing about 75%, 70%, and the Brave Bird and Hunter does slightly over 50%, maybe 60%, and it knocks out my Pokemon, my Talonflame. I then see the opportunity to go into my Bramblegast. I can see an Oko onto this Haunter with Shadow Sneak, which is what I go for, knowing that Iron Hands can't really kill um, my Great Tusk, so I'm free just to. I was free to Ice Spinner there, but I'm gonna Protect her just to scout because he might have Terra Blast or Ice Punch, which is what I was scared of, or more Terra Blast than anything. It would make sense if he has Terra Blast after all, so I'm more or less scouting for his moveset here. I see the Hunter Protect, so I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I should have Shadow Sneaked into the Iron Hands, but this is fine. I wanted Hunter dead because of what I have in the back, knowing the Hunter could do enough damage to it to put in range of Iron Hands. I see the Terra Blast, so I go for the so I know that my Great Tusk will die to that because I am -1 and he is +1. He is faster, so I cannot stay in. I debate here to see if Shadow Sneak kills Iron Hands, and based on his set, it might have a role. But I decided to go for damage. I assume that his Haunter isn't going to stay on after seeing the Shadow Sneak, so he goes back out into Oranguru, which I was perfectly fine with him going back out to. And Shadow Sneak unfortunately doesn't get the KO, but it puts him at 1%. I reveal my Life Orb. He Terra Blast into my Golden Go, which, takes it like a champ because it's Golden Go and resisted. I reveal my leftovers, and there's one more turn of Trick Room, or that's what I'm thinking. Is there one more turn of Trick Room? I didn't know exactly how to check that right off the top of my head, but I see there's one turn, so I just go for the Double Protect. If he does anything, this lets me scout. Most likely, he switches out of Iron Hands, I guess not to lose it. So going out to Rotom, revealing his last Pokemon. I'm perfectly fine with that. I just go for this Double Protect, knowing that Oranguru can't really do much to me. I know it's probably gonna go for an offensive move since Iron Hand switched out, but seeing the Shadow Ball, I'm like, okay, good thing I stayed in or I protected because I would have lost or I would have lost a lot of health to my Brambleghast. Trick Room is up, so I know Power Up Oko's Rotom and Make It Rain will um, just ensure that if he switches out or anything, it kills whatever comes out. So I live the Shadow Ball. I'm expertly EV'd, and the special defense drop doesn't mean anything. I kill the I kill the Oranguru and I power whip the Rotom. Yeah. I mean, I had to make it rain. I had no other choice to hit Oranguru, and his last mod is just down, or his last two mods are Haunter and Iron Hands, which go down to a Make It Rain plus Shadow Sneak combination. So at the end of this, I mean, I could have given all my kills to. I'm still thinking. I was thinking, do I want to give all my kills to Golden Go? But I want to play it safe because this Haunter could kill a Golden Go and I would lose the game. Because it does naturally outspeed it. So I Shadow Sneak the Haunter, Brambleghast gets its first kill, and IRS kills the Iron Hands. Yes, I named it IRS. What are you gonna do about it? It's the IRS. He wants money. And with that, I win game one. I was very scared going into this game. My opponent is very, very good at this game. He plays UGC leagues quite a bit, if I recall correctly. I know he's played this since, I believe, season 1 or season 2, and this is now season 4. And it's my first season in it. So yeah, I, confidently like, I can do this. I can win. I feel confident. Now, maybe confident wasn't key, but sometimes you gotta live and learn. I'm debating if I want to go my Trick Room option here. I always thought, my Trick Room option is always going to be game 2 because it can do so much into him, especially into this team, which I see as more offensive. So I decided to just go Grumpig, Wigglytuff, and Golden Go. The other two don't really work well with my Trick Room option, and they didn't really do much last game. Since I didn't even set up Tailwind. I mean, I got a lot of damage on Oranguru, which did put it in range of Make It Rain, but I figured this is just the best option into him, especially with Trick Room, so I could underslow his team, because he, like I said, was pretty fast, and I don't think he's going to go the Oranguru route, because Iron Hands didn't really do much that battle, and he doesn't really have much else to use Trick Room with. And I'm still thinking, okay, Greninja might come now because it could kill Talonflame if it's like offensive with Water Shuriken. But I did reveal Quick Guard, so he has to like be mindful of that. Quick Guard on my Talonflame was actually just a really nice bring. Um, because I mean, it's just a really nice bring. I was also Terra Ghost on my Talonflame. I could have done that to avoid the fake out to get rid of the Oranguru last turn. But yeah, I see he leads Greninja Rotom, and I'm just like, I don't really know what he wants to do. I thought about tearing my Grumpig to the Dark Pulse, but I realized I can't with my set. So I'm just going to go for the Trick Room, and I'm going to go... I thought about protecting here, but I was like, well, I don't die to one hit. I'm not Life Orb. I might as well just Dazzling Gleam, get some damage off. I will two-shot anything anyway. I'll two-shot the Greninja, do a bunch. This is where I see that he Switcheroo, and he Choice Scarfs my Grumpig. And I was like, well, my set just doesn't work now. Um, had I just clicked Bulldoze, I would have gotten a kill. But it is what it is. Um, I Trick Room. The room service gets used up on Greninja, and I'm kind of in a bad place because I got tricked. So I really don't know what to do at this point. It's looking very, very dire for me, and I'm just like, okay, well, my plan didn't work out. I'm on the back burner here. Might as well just I might as well just go all out. He Water Shuriken kills my Wigglytuff with his Greninja, which I mean I wasn't really expecting, but it has that. And then Shadow Ball to my Bramble Gas, which does a lot of damage. Puts me in range. You can't see the health, which my bad. Then 11. It's in range of Life Orb. I'm dead. This game is already over, and I just started. Um, I do believe I undersold both of these. So I'm gonna try my best to try to win this. So I'm gonna tear a dragon with my Golden Go into Shadow Ball. And hope for the best. I think I nasty plotted, not Shadow Ball. I don't know why I said Shadow Ball. I Shadow Sneak into Rotom, hoping that would kill. It didn't. But it did enough to put in range of a Make It Rain after Water Shuriken does 4 damage each. Damn, I only did 4 each. I just realized that. Maybe I need to add that note, because maybe he was um, invested, especially in another Shadow Ball comes my way. Rotom loses life to Life Orb. And so now I'm just stuck here with a Grumpig that's Choice Scarfed when it's a set, when it's a supportive set. Maybe I should just lock myself in a helping hand here, but I figured that Psychic would have been better. I do go for the Shadow Ball into Greninja. Because I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to kill Rotom with Grumpig and I'll kill Greninja. But he switches out to Iron Hands, which is what I start throwing even more, because I was actually in a pretty good position to win after this anyway, because I killed the Rotom. Because the Shadow Ball does over half to Iron Hands. So I would have killed it with another one if I went for that. My brain, I don't know why I couldn't like figure out what to do at this point after my Wigglytuff. I was just like so tunnel visioned to make the Wigglytuff stuff work that when it didn't, I was just like, oh, what do I do? Um, I Psychic in a Haunter, thinking it would do a lot. You know, it's a Haunter. And I'm very especially bulky or especially invested. I thought about nasty plotting here again, knowing that like I'm not gonna die to anything, but I decided to just go for the Make It Rain. Haunter Protect, which is whatever. I should have Shadow Balled into this Iron Hands, because I didn't know I had Drain Punch, which I mean it makes sense to have Drain Punch. It was an Assault Vest with Symbiosis. Um, Psychic into the Haunter, and Iron Hands lives on 1 HP after a crit, which if you're counting, that's the second crit. second crit. I think it's the second crit. I think I've crit this Iron Hands last game. I don't remember if I did or not. Yeah, I did with the Pyro Whip. Go figure. I think my brain really isn't working. I can't wrap around the fact if I Power Whipped it or not. I think I did. No, because it was Terra Flying. Um, Whatever, ignore me. So he Terras, electrics his Hunter. I use Protect on my Golden Go, tries to get faster. Um, I still live this hit. Because I didn't know he was going to Terra. I was like, yo, Psychic, I can kill this. I should have realistically killed the Iron Hands. Because now my Grumpig is in range. My Golden Go is in range. Everything's in range of this Water Shuriken from Greninja. Which was is still, at this point, it was still winnable. But I had to get this double protect. It was winnable because with both my Pokemon being in range of Water Shuriken, he had to go for one. Actually, Golden Go is like never in range. It resists that. I don't know why. Like I said, I don't know what I was doing this game. I missed the KO on the Hunter, and Iron Hand kills me. My brain just it's kind of shut off for the second game after Wigglytuff died and I got tricked or switcherooed. So he wins 3-0 in this one. So now it's down to the final game. And I'm worried, but I'm like, okay, I took a game off. I feel fine, but I took a game off of one of the like higher contender players, someone who thinks is going to make like playoffs, potentially finals, just because of how good he is. I mean, everyone in this division is good. It's the top division. But I'm here to make a statement. I'm a wild card truly. I was Fiara's wild card, which may seem like I'm taking it to heart. But truth be told, I'm using that like against my will. I love draft leagues, so this is like my element to work here. I decided just to go with the original team again, just quickly lock it because I feel like it would beat the Greninja Rotom lead. Lycanroc doesn't really beat it either. Haunter, like it was the stronger team, so there's no reason for me to bring the Grumpig Wigglytuff the second game. If he was more of a Trick Room team, it would have made more sense. But since he wasn't, I should just never have brought it. I mean, his team can lean towards Trick Room, but maybe I should have brought like my Braviary or my Toedscruel just to help me with redirection. Which, seeing that his Iron Hands doesn't have Ice Punch for my Toedscruel for redirection, I know he was Terra Flying Terra Blast, but that means he would always have to um, do that. Maybe, I mean, it could have been safety goggles on his Oranguru for it. I mean, that honestly could have been better, but it is what it is. Yeah, I go for the same lead. I see that he leads the Greninja Rotom, and I decide to go for the Tailwind into close combat onto the Rotom. I know he doesn't want to stay in with the Greninja because the Tailwind is obvious. I mean, if you stay in with the Greninja and lose it here when it put in so much work the last game, I think you're throwing most of the time. Yeah, he switches up the Greninja, goes out into his Haunter, which means I made that prediction beautifully. I Terra Fighting again because this will Oko Rotom after Terra Fighting, and my other two Terras don't really matter. If I have this Tailwind up, they're more for defensive purposes, and then Bramble's more for offensive, but he has two water types. Why would I want to Terra Fire here? I see that he actually Terras his Rotom into Terra Flying. I was confused at first, like, you have Levitate, why would you want? I realize yeah, wait, no, it still doesn't make any sense. I mean, I feel like, oh, I I was like, oh, I thought maybe you wanted like a fighting resist one, but I mean flying resist as well as Terra Grass could have been my bring uh, on my Great Tusk. So he kills my Great Tusk with Terra Blast, which Terra Blast flying, um, lose some HP, and so I just go out to Golden Go. I see two KOs here with Golden Go. I Brave Bird into Haunter, and I make it raid. I don't even need a setup here. I get these two KOs and it's a 3v2 in my book. If he switches out of Hunter, something is taking massive damage, and his Rotom is dying. Like, Greninja dies, or he brings out Iron Hands, or Lycanroc and that dies, or Guru, and I believe that takes a lot. Um, but he switches here in Iron Hands with his Rotom, saving his Rotom, I guess, for whatever reason. I felt like it did its job here. I mean, maybe to do something to Brambleghast, but Brave Bird and a Haunter, into Make It Rain makes it pretty much he has to go out to Greninja here, or he's going to lose his Greninja. Um, or he's going to lose his Rotom, which would make no sense to just take Chip on his Iron Hands. Um, I thought about quick guarding here for Water Shuriken on his Greninja, but I figured I need to go out to Bramblegast as soon as possible. I'm just gonna Brave Bird into Iron Hands. Let let my Talonflame die. It's probably best for nothing, and I'm just gonna protect with my Golden Go just to see if he wants to switcheroo it. I mean, swap locking me in at -1 is probably his best bet to try to win this game. He goes for Dark Pulse though. He fakes out my Talonflame into Dark Pulse on my Golden Go, so maybe I should have quick guarded, but it is what it is. I Brave Bird, and I just click make it. I forget what I click here. I click Make It Rain or Shadow Ball. I know I want to kill this Greninja. It's the biggest threat, and I outspeed it, or I should outspeed it in Tailwind. He goes back out into Rotom, which again I don't understand his play. I guess he was just sacking it not to take damage. Um, he Dark Pulses into the Talonflame set after my Brave Bird does massive damage to it, and my Make It Rain on my Golden Go collects 2 more kills, and I'm like, okay, it's just Iron Hands left. My Bramblegast and Golden Go should work. He reveals his entire set on his um, he reveals his entire set on his Iron Hands of Drain Punch, Thunder Punch, Terra Blast, and Fake Out, and Golden Go I mean, we'll take any of that. I was EVing it for Wild Charge. I power up there in hands, get a crit with my Bramblegast. I mean, it would have been nice to get 4 kills with my Golden Go, but Bramblegast gets its 2nd kill. And that is the game. I won 2-0, and I am very happy that I won 2-0. So thank you for tuning in. Bye.